And I think that's the hardest thing that I've come to realize with this game. In Dark Souls 2, you know as soon as you hit a bonfire you can do everything. Level up, sort out your equipment, all that jazz. In this game, because they do nothing apart from just guarantee a respawn point, you're just left wondering, holy balls, do I need one right now? Like, they've made them more desirable by simply, like... Because this is a trippy thing. In Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, bonfires were desirable, do not get me wrong, because of course when you found one you were safe. Now with these lanterns, by taking away everything a bonfire does, they've made these more essential by basically making them, if you're here, at least you can go back to the hub and you can live for that little bit longer.
I can just imagine the panic of trying to get to a lantern and then trying to get back to the hub before you get killed with like a smidgen of health.
Yeah, especially with the enemies, because I've had times where you aggro an enemy, they will follow you to the end of the map just to kill you.
Huh.
Some of them are not that easy to get rid of. Like, obviously some of them will be a matter of, if I can't see you, I can't kill you, so I'll give up the chase. But others are very much in the mindset of, I don't care if I can't see you, I know you're going in this direction, I will find you, and I will kill you.
So basically Liam Neeson chases you around the map sometimes.
Pretty much. You'll have that Liam Neeson taken moment. Oh. And the toughest enemies I've seen in this game... Sorry, Alan.
That's alright, I was just going to say it's interesting because in Dark Souls 1 at least, I used to find it. Sometimes you just have to run.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, the toughest enemies in this game was, like the one I just killed, are gun guys. And you may think to yourself, oh, gun guys, they can't be that tough. They're weak when you go against them. But the fact that they can shoot you from long range and the bullets do a heck of a lot of damage, yeah. Do not like the gun guys.
So I guess it's a time your dodges sort of tactic with those guys?
Pretty much. Because depending on what gun they have, it will have a different load up sequence and a load up time. So they can have blunderbusses, which will take like a while to load up, simply because, well, you have all the individual bullets. They'll have rifles where all they'll need to do is load one bullet at a time, so you can just time getting close to them in between shots. It's very much a matter of working to the, like, doing your best depending on the situation.
Yeah.
And the situation sometimes can be an absolute dick. I think I've got the timing down on these rifle dudes anyway, because they seem to... They take aim, stay in the aiming stance for a bit, then go for the shot. So if you can get the timing down right on that, you can easily dodge their shots. The only trick is with those guys is that they tend to be in locations where you can't see them directly at first. So you'll be fighting melee dudes, and then there's a gun dude in the background that you can't see, but because he has range, he'll be shooting you.
Nice and unforgiving, just what we need.
Oh yeah. I know where some of these items are early on, so I'm just going to go nuts. Go crazy for them.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see when we get to a point where you're out of your depth and you don't know what you're doing anymore.
Oh yeah. That might happen in this stream, I don't know.
How much did you play on your previous character?
To the extent where I fought the first boss of the game the first time.
Okay.
And only just lost. To the extent where he had a quarter of his health left, and he did exactly what he did to me when I went to the lock-in event, where he grabbed me, shoved me into the ground, and I instantly died.
So I guess there's some really high-powered attacks that the bosses just throw on you at some points.
Pretty much. Okay, now I'm going to show you a really interesting thing. So what I've done on my quick items, now I have the notebook, and the notebook acts like your white soapstone. This allows you to Just put down notes for fellow hunters out there, give them quirky little things and whatnot. I've already seen one be wary of Fatty, which I find brilliant, so Sean will be happy.
It's triumphant return.
You've also got your other usable items. Now, what I've done here is, I've equipped a Molotov cocktail and an oil urn.
Ooh.
Because, effectively, what happens is, Molotov cocktail, direct fire damage. Simple. Oil urns are interesting. They cover your enemy in oil, as you would guess they would do. Combine this with a Molotov cocktail. The Molotov cocktail now does double damage.
That's pretty cool.
So instead of having to use one, or instead of having to use two on a big guy like this one over here who just wants to open the door, I can pretty much take him down with one. Let's try it. Oil. Switch over to the Molotov. Burn, and yep, takes a lot of damage from it. And he's dead.
That's cool. I like that.
It's a nice little mechanic.
It's sort of like buffs for your... like, almost debuffs for the enemies, in a sense.
Yes, very true. And now, after beating that guy and getting the items that he was guarding, I now have a second offhand weapon. Now I can switch my blunderbuss to a torch, which are actually useful in this game!
Can you attack with the torch?
Yep.
Or at least, like, swing it? That's alright then.
You can attack people with the torch and potentially set them on fire. However, I've only ever done that once. That might be down to one of your other stats, I'm not too sure.
I'm sure if you covered them in oil like you previously did, then
Well, yeah.
you should set them on fire.
I think that's the main reason to go with the torch. If you have oil, you can just splatter them with oil, stab them with your torch. They're in fire. They are in fire, and it's all crazy. Okay, now demon dogs. Gotta be careful of these guys.
I hate dogs in games.
I don't know what it is. They creep me the hell out. Especially these ones, where they're all like rabbity and their fur's going nuts and decaying. It's
Yeah.
ugh.
Reminds me of Resident Evil 2, actually. The
Yeah.
dogs in that. Zombie dogs are the worst kind of dogs.
I didn't think of that earlier. Actually, that's a very good point. Oh, fuzz nuggets! No. This is a good time to say, if you're seeing me attack and you see a red aura around my character while I'm attacking sometimes, they've added a mechanic in the game where if you react to being hit fast enough, you can potentially get your health back.
Oh, okay.
And how it works is that when you're damaged, you'll have a white pip of health, but your bar would still be up to the standard that it was when you're first hit. And basically, if you can hit them fast enough, you can get the health back that you've lost, and the white pip will go back up the bar that was originally there.
I see.
Think of it as a fighting game when you're dealing damage to someone, and their health goes down, but then if you don't fight them for a specific amount of time, their health gradually regenerates to a point.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's basically that. Buzz me, no!
Mechanic.
Dogs, 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 dogs. Wow. Dogs. There was also a very nice option you could change with the game, which I like so far, where if you're locked on to a target, there is a setting in the options where if you're locked on, you can make it so that the next available target you can lock onto is automatically switched to.
Okay.
So you don't need to constantly go back into lock on for each individual target. It will just automatically switch to the next available one.
Until everyone is dead.
Pretty much.
That's a handy mechanic for a game like this.
I commend that. I really do. However, there were some mechanics I would have loved for them to have actually put in, which they sadly did not.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe to VGU Gaming on YouTube for some more gaming action in the future. Or, if you want to, also follow us on our twitch.tv channel in the description below, so that you can be automatically notified for when we go live on Twitch TV. Until next time, we'll be seeing you on the other side.